when the beat drops, it's like my heartbeat stops, then restarts. The street talks and I listen. It's a competition, jockey for position. Rafi on a mission, no more reminiscing. I'm in deep thought, deep rooted, rebooted. Batteries are not included. Who the undisputed? Battle me to prove it. A 30-second freestyle probably wouldn't do it, but let's go line for line, rhyme for rhyme, song for song, catalog to catalog. Bring it on like we in the octagon. Don't get me wrong, I'm only pushing the level of creativity, reciprocating whatever they giving me. Vocal agility's my only ability. Hoping you feeling me. Why? Props to Cali G like calligraphy. I only drop a L if it's in that punchline. Rewind to find out what I'm talking about. In the land of the Lakers, palm trees, gangsters, Roscoe's, in and out, Staples Center. We about ride and survive and provide in the mix for everybody in the city trying to get a fix. In the land of the Lakers, palm trees, gangsters, Roscoe's, in and out, Staples Center. We about ride and survive and provide in the mix for everybody in the city trying to get a fix. Back to the realness, you feel this sermon, make them perish when I'm giving them the business. You're like, who is this? Yeah, I got them nervous. Shame's worthy at your service like a pallbearer. Magical like Dwight Howard, tall terror. Write my love and blood, Hannibal lecture. I'll choke a joker, gestures. Play my cards right, deal with it, yes sir. They saying God bless ya, I'm gesundheit. Like a red-eye flight, I'm up all night. I'm alright like squares or rectangles. I'm usually found in the city of Lost Angels. Go figure, my rhymes are skylines but more bigger. Saw the picture, didn't think I could flow, did ya? So I gotta get you, now I flow sicker. I am G quicker than the fix. In the land of the Lakers, palm trees, gangsters, Roscoe's, in and out, Staples Center. We about ride and survive and provide in the mix for everybody in the city trying to get a fix. In the land of the Lakers, palm trees, gangsters, Roscoe's, in and out, Staples Center. We about ride and survive and provide in the mix for everybody in the city trying to get a fix. Right or wrong, moving right along. As you've heard, I kill a verse, I need to learn to write a song. Organize my confusion, bring it on. Use your illusion until the guns are drawn and the roses on your coffin. I suppose I think I'm awesome way too often. My whatchamacallit me out like Blossom. Double crossing them is gonna cost them. Prince Paul and them daddy-o talking. All that jazz come up short like John Stockton. This song was popping like butter-flavored topping. Concocting up in the laboratory that I'm locked in. Another options, throw away the key. It's the only way to be. Music is my therapy. Hoping the cycle's broken, there's no comparing me. Apparently I put in work for a G. Monetarily, the Lakers, palm trees, gangsters, Roscoe's, in and out, Staples Center. We about ride and survive and provide in the mix for everybody in the city trying to get a fix. In the land of the Lakers, palm trees, gangsters, Roscoe's, in and out, Staples Center. We about ride and survive and provide in the mix for everybody in the city trying to get a fix.
Yeah, OGHuskyRadio.com.
Yeah.
Man.
OGHuskyRadio.com.
We got DJ Top Rank holding it down.
Top Rank.
Hey, I don't try to front. I learn shit new every motherfucking day. And this dude got some shit for y'all to learn, man. I think the epitome of what underground is and shit. Motherfucker been in the game. 89.
Yep.
Good Life, Project Load to now, you know what I'm saying? Not that that's not still around, but
yeah.
We're just saying, LA hip hop. Definitely go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
What's good, party people? My name is Rafi, aka Big Shame, Shame's Worthy. The new name, the new brand. Some of y'all might know me as Lil Rafi from the Tunnel Rats. LPG, Foot Soldiers is the crew. You know what it is. Shame's Worthy is the new album, is the new sound, is the new brand. And I'm feeling good.
You know I got questions, man, especially affiliations and stuff, projects. But right now, definitely, before we get into that, man, the album. Let them know what's up, man. The album is called The Album.
The Album, straight up and down. I was toying around with different titles, and then what started as an idea to do like one song or a single for shows and touring became an EP, and then I really started getting momentum. It became a full-length project, so now I refer to it as my masterpiece. I've been locked up in my cave. I'm doing it super underground, super independent, just dolo. So it was like no time limit, no budget, good or bad, you know, but it's my masterpiece. So
what does it mean to be super underground and super independent? Business side of it.
Every single penny now comes out of your own pocket. And now, I'm a grown man now, so I have responsibilities. I'm now a husband now, so finance, bills and all that. And good, bad, or indifferent, I can't point the finger or blame anybody else about anything else. So you go down with the ship, or you blow up with the ship. So and like I said, like it was just starting another project to get some more shows. That's really how it started, because I hadn't been on the road for a minute, and I was hungry to get back on stage, and it became like. So it's really just out the pocket, for real, for real.
The album is not out yet. It will be out in a week or two. I say
Real
more
soon.
a week than two. We gonna get on his ass.
I mean, literally.
Before he leaves, I'm getting his number. We gonna hit him on the Twitter.
Yeah.
James Worthy, and we gonna push him to get this album out. Definitely
Please
time
do.
is due. You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to get it. Please believe me, I was trying to get it out at least up on my Bandcamp site by Halloween. But it just wasn't physically possible, and I was killing myself doing like 20-hour days trying to like mix it, because I'm also mixing it myself.
Okay.
And then I was like, wait a second, like it's gonna. Why rush it at the last second? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've come so far. Let me just take my time. It's ultimately in God's timing, and it'll happen when it's happening. So, but I'm close though. I mean, I'm literally coming from my crib, mixing the album straight here. So I'm as soon. No one wants my album out, the album, more than I do. Trust.
Shamesworthy.bandcamp.com. Follow him on Twitter so you guys know when it actually drops. The name, how did it come about, man?
It just evolved. Like I said, a lot of people know me as Rafi. I also went by Big Shame. I did a song on LPG's 360 album in like 98, and it was a verse talking about the emotion of shame, and you get acquainted with shame when you battle this kid Rafi.
Yeah.
So then it was like Rafi, aka Shame, aka Big Shame, and it kind of just evolved into that. So we did a Foot Soldiers, KRS, Tony Touch mixtape. And I had a song pretty much called Shames Worthy. I ended the verse like Tunnel Rat, Big Game, Shames Worthy, and it stuck, and people responded to it, and it was meant to be, because say it once and people remember it, and they don't butcher it like they have Rafi my whole life.
I'm gonna fuck up the whole history line, man. But who are the Tunnel Rats, man? I wanted to go back. This cat dates back to the Good Life, LA OG history when it comes to
and the Tunnel
hip-hop.
Rats, and even the cats that put me on was even before that.
Break it down, man.
Let me see. I wrote my first rap in 1989 as a little baby, little kid, like just a little baby. By like 1991, I rapped. I was rapping, and like my older brother, 7 years older than me, he used to babysit me, and I used to have to riding around in his car while he would deliver pizzas, bumping KDAY. So early on, I was hearing some of the OG hip hop, not bubbly radio stuff, but like some of this like aggressive, like the Public Enemies, the NWAs, the KRS-Ones, the Big Daddy Kanes. Like, oh, this is great, So early on, like that, Pigeon John actually took me to the Good Life beginning of 1992.
Okay.
Put it down at the Good Life, paid my dues, got booed off before I blew it up. You know what I'm saying? Like paid my dues, the hard way, the real way.
Yeah.
And 92 to 94, and then moved over, started, Project Blow started popping off. A lot of the respect due to all the OG Good Lifers, all the Bloody, some of the new heads, the current heads might not even know who I am, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, 94 to like 97, 98, and from there, like I also worked at Fat Beats for years, so it's like I've been around, like from, Rafi or the kid with the big ponytail, or like just around, but Shames Worthy is new.
What is that?
Now.
So was that purposely done? Like you didn't want the fame, or you know what I'm saying? You're definitely on the grind, dog.
Well,
you know
really, what
I'm
it was is that like I said, I just rapped a little bit, and I didn't have a crew to really rap with or for. I just knew that I liked raps. I'd write verses here and there, but I didn't have demos or anything early on. So I used to dance a little bit though. So I used to break dance in house like different crews or whatever. So we end up, like I said, I went to the Good Life, and the Good Life really gave me something to like start writing or doing something like every week to think about. Okay, I'm gonna write so that you have something to prove, and especially. I think the first 5 weeks I was there, I got booed off. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is, straight up and down. But by the third or fourth time, some of the OGs, the same cats that were booing you off when I'd walk the walk of shame, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, hey, but come back next week. Come back next week. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. And I would, and best believe by that 6th, 7th, 8th time, whatever it was, it felt so great. And we even talk about it, like on one of the songs we might hear a little bit later. I did a song called Rude Awakening featuring Abstract Rude. And we talk about, you know, how, because we actually went to high school together.
Okay.
So we talk about, like, when he introduced me, you know, telling me to come to the good life in the early days and all that, you know. So I was, back in the day, just a little kid with, like, a boombox, you know what I'm saying? Like, bumping everything from, like, a Freestyle Fellowship to James Brown, you know, whatever.
You know what? Let's get into the Rude Awakening featuring Abstract
World
Rude.
premiere.
That's what I wanted to put it out there. Let me make this clear. This track is
Exclusive.
not out. It's not nowhere. Man, shamesworthy.bandcamp.com. You ain't gonna find it there for like another week.
This is the only place. OGHuskyRadio.com.
Let's get into this.
Predator. Yeah. Illegal on the track. D-Ski. So epic. Another one. Dude, shame's rude, that's what some may say, but worthy of a mic in an abstract way. It started on a Thursday at a health food cafe. Pigeon Juan took me to where the bomb MCs would play. CA all day, I don't know the hard way. Homie, I was loving it, I'm letting out because of it. Cause if you didn't come with it, you'd get booed off. Like my first 5 weeks came too soft. But the OGs told me, come back next week. So I did. First time my rhyme blew up the spot, man, it felt so fresh for the kid. I was barely a teen, the beginning of a dream in the LA underground hip-hop scene. Fellowship dropped, I became a fiend. Nobody had so many styles so clean. OMG, OMD, but that's not how most saw me. More like even a lighter shade of brown, like Famous or AWOL. It was FOIs, bean pies, bow ties, and the final call. So that was some extra tension, target of aggression in some mic sessions. All good, I understood and did what I could. I took my lumps while CV beats would bump out someone's trunk. I ain't a punk, no. So I earned my props, learned my chops at Merck Park, School of Hard Knocks. Now I'm a vet. I still got underground fossils on cassette. Check, yet never was asked to get down on no projects, but better late than never on a song together. I remember when the two of us met.
He had a radio, I met him on Venice in 18th Street. He was playing those oldies like Jackson 5 Kings, Crown at Apollo Live. Crown with the light shade, that's the 9th grade. Class up 9-6, I up a 9 tray. Rocky play my tape, please in the boombox. You should come to the good life when school stops. Next thing you know, he's hooked up with brainwash twice, one pigeon and 5 teamed up. Damn, I'm yelling hip hop parade up with OEP and I'm boxing back in the day. When I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Grew up with that Warriors come out to play. I still remember that verse and how much you had to rehearse. And when you forget, you freestyle out of that shit like yeah. Show 'em how you can spit and dare. Any crew to come get some. Full of Muslims, we were the Christians still coexisting. Go Pigeon out here on Crenshaw and Exposition. Bang, cut him as him, no shames and rude. Wear your laces, boys. Of course we can hang with your favorite crews, homie, so make some noise. What a hip hop life when we hit Lamert as we rap LA. Hey, all the kids got hype when we did that first year anniversary. And we're here to stay, get a rude awakening because we have no shame. Dude, shame rude. That's what some may say. For rules worthy of a mic in an abstract way. Hey, it started on a Thursday at a health food cafe. Big Al took me to where the freestyle MCs play. Deep wild MCs laid down in me and came round 6 they fade. Green Mile, that's what they walk down. Guess they won't talk now. That's LA South Central. That's LA Cape Town. LA St. Gabriel. East LA downtown. That's LA West Side. West LA East Side. That's LA. Wonder what happened to Menace Clan. I'm touching for dangerous women and gangster lunatic urban pride. Kinky Red, I'm glad Born Allah is back with the Tabernacle. Searching for satchel pages by the Jurassic breaker. Superb SK and figures of speech with Giant and Ava. Leaves a goddess made a movie about us. Never forgot us, get the new product cause we move a lot of it. Whoever doubted this click is out of his mind. Off of his wit to not go get signed to even an indie. Rest in peace, the homie Bimby was hella dope. Bigger B, you set afloat, where did you go?
Looking up into the distance, you watching us raising up under the ash and the rubble. They should have known that we were never in trouble, no matter which way the cookie crumbles. Everybody stumble up in the jungle watching them fumble, so I stay humble. Don't trip though, cause we down for the rumble. Mama was a shark, knew what's in my heart. Little bit of art, trying to get a spark. When I started to play my part, I built my arc and I made my mark. Maybe paved the way for some kids in the park. I don't know, I don't care, but I do. See, we don't want them to grow up to be you. Abu told me we keep it true. That's how I grew. Right then I knew, gotta see it through to the mountaintop. Yes, yes, y'all, and it don't stop. Met LPG in 1993 at Hex's OG hip hop shop. I was gonna let it breathe, but we already killed it. So shout out to the Good Life.
HuskyRadio.com. Only cause this shit ain't out yet. Y'all motherfuckers gonna try to take that shit. East side of LA is hip hop. Rude Awakening.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, y'all.
That's a world premiere right there.
Shamesworthy.bandcamp.com.
The album's coming out very, very soon, people. Trust me, nobody wants it out more than I do. I'm working like an animal, like a beast, mixing that joint, ready to get it to the party people.
Man, you shout out the hip hop shop in that song, man. Who'd you meet in the hip hop shop, and what was the hip hop shop?
The hip hop shop was like the OG hip hop shop, and it was OG Hex, the graph writer, had like the first b-boy shop where it had like laminate floors, wood floors. You could get your shell toes, your tips, your Adidas, your jumpsuits. Early, this was like, what was it, like late 80s, maybe early 90s. Graffiti on the wall, like early, right across the street on Melrose Avenue on the side street, across the street from Fairfax High School.
Yeah.
I think it's like some acting academy or something that has been like right off the cut. Like, that's the OG hip hop shop. Shout out to Hex.
Word up. Once again, shamesworthy.bandcamp.com. The album, man, I got tons of shit to get into, man. But before I want to get into the tracks, man, Audible Imagery, man. What's up with this track right here?
The time has come, party people. For those that are in the know, who know what's up with Shamesworthy, with Tunnel Rats, with Rafi, with this new movement, and everyone that voted on my Twitter, on my Facebook, on sphereofhiphop.com, the message boards, all that. I took a poll. The winner of the poll was y'all wanted something hard, something aggressive, something with some teeth, something with some give you the ugly face type hip hop. So the winner is a track called Audible Imagery, which is come tonight. When I go home, I will put it up on Bandcamp, not for sale, but at least to stream. But
Yeah.
like I said, all these songs exclusive, OGHuskyRadio.com right now, heard for the very first time. And shout out to D-Ski the Illegal, who produced 10 out of the 15 tracks on this album, including the last two that we heard and the one we're about to hear. I think he was even on the message chat board early.
Word up.
So shout out to
OGHuskyRadio.com.
Chance, wait, what if it wasn't too late? I tried to get a grip, I couldn't catch a break. See, I'm a loyal dude, it gets misconstrued, and now I'm trying to prove to myself I didn't lose. The outcome I didn't choose, how come I didn't move? Did I just follow suit, recite a hollow truth? New model, get the bread, that's what the hustle said. My homies pushing weight like a bunch of muscle heads, pockets getting fed, I'm a starving artist. The game is heartless, but I brawl regardless. Ain't stopping till I'm clocking it in all the markets. Flow so H2O, go call it sparklets. Or he be Fiji, we be needy, she be greedy, never see me on TV. But c'est la vie, oui, such is life, yeah. The devil don't fight fair, awaken this nightmare. Inhale the night air, you see me right there. I bet you could picture me through audible imagery. I painted so vividly through my creativity and take what they're giving me. But such is life, yeah. The devil don't fight fair, awaken this nightmare. Inhale the night air, you see me right there. I bet you could picture me through audible imagery. I painted so vividly and take what they're giving me. Shame, something like a runaway train. I get on the track and bolt like Usain. Cross the line but stay in my lane. Just pounding my chest like who cares what you claim. Break records worldwide, running the game. The wordplay is insane, still I entertain. Thinking even about the weakest nigga in the food chain. Augusta knows I'm all about the capital, man. Now you're saying no, he didn't. You're right, I gotta get it, who am I kidding? I used to break dance, now I got broke finance. Rap fiend chasing my dream, last chance. But can't sell my soul, maybe I'm just getting old. Too much to say in a 10-second ringtone. So I tell them I'm a soldier boy, turn my swag on, and then I bring it home. I'm awake in this nightmare, inhale the night air. You see me right there, I bet you can picture me. Through audible imagery, I paint it so vividly. Through my creativity, and take what they're giving me. But such is life, yeah, the devil don't fight fair. Awake in this nightmare, inhale the night air. You see me right there, I bet you can picture me. Through audible imagery, I take what they're giving me. I refuse to lose, that's old news. Can't please everybody all the time, it's so true. Gotta pay your own dues, no one can do it for the whole crew. With no buzz, your own dudes. That just ain't a good look like Crocs or Uggs. Just cause you on the block don't make you thugs. Or listening to some Pac while throwing up dubs. Real ones are slanging drugs and dumping slugs. Cooking it up, but they ain't the chef. No, up in the cupboard, look, but ain't nothing left. The refrigerator's grimy, the place is a mess. That's why you find them grinding, and they do it to death. In the danger zone with no bulletproof vest. That's why some gang Bangladesh. If you never had to, count yourself as blessed. The rest under stress, underdressed, stuff getting repossessed. Awake in this nightmare, inhale the night air. You see him right there, it's audible imagery. I paint it so vividly through my creativity. But say la vie, we, such is life, yeah. The devil don't fight fair. Awake in this nightmare, inhale the night air. You see him right there, it's audible imagery through my creativity. I paint it so vividly, I paint it so vividly.
So vivid. D-Ski, the illegal on the track.
OGHuskyRadio.com.
Beast mode.
Shamesworthy.bandcamp.com. We're going to put this one up tonight.
Shamesworthy.
Haha, but before he puts it up tonight, you know he had to drop it here.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, man. Dope ass music, man. Like I said, you learn something new every
man.
day, especially within this hip hop culture, and that's what it is. The album. Another week and it'll be out.
Lord willing.
Check this out, man. Here comes the interview, man. Y'all that's still right here chilling with us.
Yeah.
Okay. KRS-One did a little project. I like how I put that little project.
The teacher.
But a project, man, and that was with the Tunnel Rats and also with Foot Soldiers. So who are the Tunnel Rats, man?
The Foot Soldiers and the Tunnel Rats.
Yeah, break it down.
The Tunnel Rats is the OG crew, is my crew. LPG, Future Shock, Peace 586, and myself, Rafi, and Zane One were the original members. Before that, LPG, back in the 80s was Lord's Personal Gangsters.
Oh,
then
shit.
into Living Proof of Grace. Throughout the years, it kind of changed shape. We had different generations, New Breed, Seth Static. We had newer generations, Propaganda, Griffin, Foundation, which is Doc and Big Germs.
These are all from West LA, like where you're from?
No, this
Break
is
it
from
down.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Let me see. New Breed, brother and sister, Puerto Rican from Boston.
Okay.
Seth Static, white boy from Albany, New York. Griffin from Defiance, Ohio. Foundation from Dallas, Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth. Future Shock from San Diego, Oceanside, Carlsbad. Everyone else was pretty much West Coast, Southern California. I was born in like LA, Mid-City, Pico, Fairfax. Whittier, West Covina, Pomona is pretty much where we had the studio, the Rat Hole right there on Philadelphia. Greenleaf and Bailey. We had a studio.
And
there
then
for like 7
everybody
years.
was coming out here to do the project, or how are you guys getting that project done with everybody? really from all
It
over?
changed throughout the years. Like, in the early years, we recorded at this dope studio in Huntington Beach called The Green Room. Rest in peace, Gene Eugene. We did the early projects. Earthworm from LPG, the Tunnel Rats, Experience album. This SFC this group put out a record called Illumination that we had a hand in. Future Shock, Remember the Future. And we did these early projects at this studio back when we had like 2-inch tape, analog boards, big noisy, like back in like a real studio when it used to be really noisy and hard and problematic. But some say it sounded better back then.
What do you think?
It depends on. I don't know. Because I also went to engineering school for sound mixing out of high school. So like both from a DJ standpoint, I think the feel of the music, the nostalgia, but at the same time, what I learned in school would say otherwise. Learning about actual sound, about sound reproduction, that in theory this is reproducing the music either better or as it's recorded, and that's supposed to be the thing. So I understand the nostalgia. I think it's more about the analog warm, because I've heard digital songs that sound warm, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really pick either side, because trust me, going from 2-inch tape to even ADATs, DA88s, 1-inch, all the stuff, trust me, like we were the last ones to go finally on some software recording. So believe me, we were trying to hold on to the thing. I mean, the sound, I mean, literally most of the projects that we did, from everything from a 2-inch tape to even as late as 2001 doing stuff on 2 linked up VS 1680s that I had linked up that I did, you know. And even still, I was like, oh, I kind of felt like a workstation, because I also worked at MPC or whatever, and I was like, man, but you know, now I'm on Logic, so you know, trust me, digital editing wise,
embracing technology,
yeah, because you can't stop it.
35 albums, man.
Check the discography on, you know, Bandcamp, or I think I still have a MySpace page, Facebook, all that good stuff. If you Google Shamesworthy, then the first page from videos from my YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter is all that, and I have songs. But if you check the discography, there's been 35, 40 albums, projects that I've...
Tunnel Rats, Foot Soldiers, Underground Rise.
Tons
of MCs. That
Sunrise, Sunset.
Yeah, it was properly termed, man, that album, man.
Yeah, and we did that same album in that studio. In Uptown Whittier, in a matter of like a week and a half, 2 weeks. At 24 hours around the clock, people were coming in for a couple days that were from out of town, and we were just recording 24 hours straight, like nonstop. We actually had enough material to maybe do part 2. We thought we were gonna do number 2. So like, let's say when Elemento came down, he did like 3 or 4 tracks, and we used 1 or 2 of them on the first one, thinking the second one. Same thing with 2Max. Same thing for some of the cats that we flew in from out of town. That was the first time all of the Tunnel Rats and all LA Symphony had a song together called One Voice. Oh no, I get confused because we had the 2 Mega Crews did the song, and then there's a long song with 2Max, and like it was all the MCs. It's like a 7-minute long posse song that is also, so between the 2 titles of those 2 songs, I get confused.
Not knowing the titles, is it because it's that many songs, or because it's different from what you title it to what it gets put out as, or what?
All of the above. You know, sometimes
I want to break that down, because it's like, how the fuck this dude do a posse track or a posse with all these dudes and not knowing, but.
Because sometimes, like, let's say when you're first recording and you're first getting down, it might be the name of it is either the sample or what the vibe of it is, or the beat maker was watching TV, so it's like sports or something or whatever. And then it records like that. The file might be that. And then later when you get the song title, you still kind of know it. I mean, even like I said, the dude that did the tracks for a lot of these, my boy D-Ski, Illegal, shout out again, putting it down. Same thing had with him, like, cause he'll have the certain songs, like the audible imagery. I think that's the one, like one of them to him is like Still Killer, and another one is, you know, like, so that's kind of how it happens though.
All right, I just wanted to put that out there, like I said, you know what I'm saying?
It's an almanac of knowledge, you know what I'm saying?
With that, Hit 'Em, the B-Boy Anthem, KRS-One project. I know you guys were doing who was involved with the Life album, and what was the Life album, and then just break it down, you know?
For those that were lucky enough to know about that album, it is an official album. It is an official KRS-One in his discography, a solo album. It was the album that came out in 2006, just before the Marley Marl Hip Hop Lives project. We did all the tracks. Dirt did all the beats. Did all the beats for Tunnel Rats for the most part. Pretty much 99% part. We had doing thousands of songs. There's a few here and there, but pretty much Dirt Beats was the one that made all those tracks. So we did a Tunnel Rats, a Foot Soldiers project and a KRS project. Life is that 4 of the Foot Soldiers is featured on 4 different songs on that album.
On the final cut, the actual album.
Yes.
Okay, let's break that.
Issues is on one, Triune is on one, Propaganda is on one, and I myself is on one. As well as him saying Foot Soldiers throughout the thing, because we thought we were going to be touring with them, and we thought that it would be kind of like the new movement. So both albums kind of go hand in hand. They were recorded in the same studio at the same time, same producers. Even the look of the covers, when you see them side to side, they were part of the same deal. And it was highly slept on because, you know, without getting into it, you know, like by the time the album actually came out, he wasn't really pumping it that much, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's really a good album, and it's a lot of variety on it. It's not just a bunch of regular beats that a lot of cats, he just spits some verses.
Yeah.
For a hip hop head, don't get me wrong, that's what I love. I love it, like,
Yeah.
But as far as albums, he hadn't
full, complete
he hadn't
album.
really had an album. We told him this like since Return of the Boom Bap,
Yeah.
So we try to do like a variety. I mean, even the song that I'm on, people either love it or they hate it because it's on some drum and bass. It almost sounds like some drug binge. It's
Yeah.
called "Gimme the Gun," and
Okay.
it's a kid that's about to commit suicide, and he's trying to talk him down.
Okay.
And the
Wow,
kid committing
shit.
suicide, who's me, is kind of like it became from the voice of like, I'm broke because I try to be all hip hop, and now I'm about to kill myself because look at me now, and it's you're KRS-One, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And it became, it was kind of weird the way that panned out, but. For the Foot Soldiers.
So
on
it was
that project.
slept on, or like what? Besides it being slept on, what happened with the promotion? Was it because it was signed to a label or a distribution deal, or
It was through Image Records.
Okay.
We did a thing called Antagonist Records, which was a subsidiary, right?
Okay.
And they were gonna do some like hip hop meets rock, like but not mashup stuff, but like original hip hop beats with
Okay.
live guitar over or like that type thing. So the two records, it's kind of one of those things where it's like a Prince, the artist Prince, obviously,
Yeah.
where they're not really on the radio, but they will be working and have their fan base every day of the week,
Yeah.
selling out shows, doing that type of thing. So ultimately, the artist KRS-One had the most ability, the most power in order to promote that album or not promote that album.
Okay.
So the album wasn't really promoted.
Okay. So that's the main reason, but it is available. So make sure you guys
It's
go out and
available,
keep it.
and I mean, even if you go on iTunes, it's like the top 3 album. Like people, when they discover it, they're like, "Wait, I never heard about this album. What's up?" But it's official. It's on iTunes, Amazon, all that stuff. It's an official KRS-One album called Life.
From the experience, like obviously KRS-One, you get the opportunity. Any MC on any level would have a fucking brain. Because I mean, Nally tried to diss him, but whatever.
yeah.
That's on some commercial bullshit. I'm just trying to say any real MC that respects hip hop as a game, you know what I'm saying, or the actual essence of the culture of it, will take that opportunity. And you did, but then the promotion wasn't there. Like knowing what the capability of working with a legend like that, what do you walk away with? What do you learn from like that whole experience?
Some things were just lessons that were reinstilled because you're always told business is business and something not be a respecter of persons. Maybe we expected something different being such a huge fan of the teacher KRS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like a dream come true. Like this is like a legend in the game. You know what I'm saying? And coming out, recording stuff, allowing us to produce his record. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a really long story as far as why it wasn't promoted. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, that was kind of in his hands, and
it came down through business negotiations. Obviously, not through creative differences or working wise, right?
Exactly. So when something that was strictly business wasn't 100% in favor of this person, then the whole plug gets pulled, regardless of the movement, the culture, the quality music, what we did, and it was off of a dollar sign, and then off of a dollar sign that it rocked our life, as opposed to, I don't know if, a month later, if you saw him today, he probably wouldn't even know who I was, you know what I'm saying? But for a whole year, you know what I'm saying? And we, in our studio, and I did we recorded 60, 70, 80 songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like for months, I did 4 or 5 different songs that I'm on with he and I. You know what I'm saying? But I was the main engineer, so it's like if he comes in for a session, we're cutting them because we can do all of our in-house stuff when they leave. Okay. So we wouldn't really be there, but when you come back, we finished that song. Here, peep it. Just like on ground level, just like on some of these other songs that we've done.
And then different versions have appeared on other projects too, right?
Yeah, that was actually brought to my attention because I used to work at Fat Beats for a few years, and someone came in and told me that they had bought some random CD, some new KRS-One album that I'd never heard of, and they were like, "Yo, the song is on there, but you're not on it. He took you off." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Wait, do you mean another song?" Because I knew that one of the songs with the features had got picked up on some like internet commercial or something. So I was like, I thought he meant a whole other song.
Yeah.
He tells me the name. I go home that night to look it up online or something, and it's straight up the original demo version of Hit 'Em without the hook, because I did the hook, and then I touched up some of the verses here and there and little edits on background noise or sliding into the pocket, because it's a real fast song. So I cleaned it up to make it in the pocket exactly the way it should be. So that was the first giveaway. When I heard it, I was like, wait, not only is it the same beat, and this is after kind of things went south.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, why is this on another project? But that's a whole other story. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
The only question I can ask you, were you aware of the business side of hip hop before this experience, or did you learn about the business?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of
because
both.
I wasn't so naive. Like I said, I've been doing it for a long time, and in any business, even in the positive gospel Christian hip hop that we did in the early years, it was no different. So it's not. I mean, like we went on a tour one time. 32 dates out of 35, we got stiff for paper, no money, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and this was supposed to be like outreach churches that were doing us dirty, you know what I'm saying? So that was a life lesson. So it's not like I was naive to it. Part of it is we actually had paper. This was a professional person and been in the game. This is a person who we have incredible respect and admiration for. So maybe we bought into the hype a little bit as far as.
Or didn't really look too much into it because it was more of an honor to work type thing. Would you put it like that, or like knowing the business side of it? How could you phrase it like so we could understand? You know what I'm saying?
Well, we've asked. I mean, because we sought counsel even from just business, like aside from the music or aside from. Oh, this is so and so, and we're this. Like, just if this was a pizza shop, if this was a business or whatever, and everyone who we asked, it was like, okay, legal or not legal, it might be legal, but you got did dirty.
Yeah.
And it was like, you might have a leg to stand on depending on who you ask. You might not. You know what I'm saying?
But then that comes down to money and lawyers and shit. How far can you take it?
You have a case. But if you want to take the case to that level, they might have more resources to defend the case than you might have.
Because in any case, especially in this judicial system, it boils down to money. Who has more money?
Exactly.
On some real shit, not whether right or wrong. We was just talking about 2 years for the killer of Oscar Grant.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes us different, because no one else in hip-hop is even speaking upon that shit. You know what I'm saying?
2 years, and then the cats have gotten 7 years for other minor infractions, nonviolent crimes.
Yeah, how many of your cousins are locked up? Just, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Think about it.
Yeah.
But with that, I want to get into Hit 'Em. Just off the KRS, it was with the KRS-One project that you were involved in.
This is the original version that was on the Tony Touch KRS Foot Soldiers mixtape. And so this is the original version called Hit 'Em with hook, with everything. A scratch broke down non-mixed version of it showed up a year or two later on a random KRS album, but this is the full version that was on the Tony Touch mixtape.
And this one includes you, right?
This one includes James Worthy in second verse for all the B-boys worldwide, B-boys, B-girls. Hit 'em.
Tonight's a special night to remember with pride these 20 happy years.
I can't leave my B-boys alone. I can't leave my B-girls alone. Let's turn this house right into a home. Come on, y'all, let's get into the zone. Vibrate on mute all cellular phones. In here, they might already be on roam. Minds are blown, I'm shown. You ain't gotta go major, you can do it alone. As I look back on all the years, all the tears, all my peers, in fear I hear insecurity, the need for clout, low self-esteem and self-doubt. KRS lays out a whole different route. It shows you what hip-hop is really all about. Feel me on the route, release self-doubt. It's in with the faith when the fear is out now. Clear them out now, from the bottom to the tip top, take the vow. I am hip-hop, and recreate yourself. Love, don't hate yourself. Do not deny or lie or fake yourself. You can make yourself, reawake yourself. You can mold, remodel, and reshape yourself. You gotta take yourself more seriously. Create yourself to what you really could be. Yo, the feeling is free. Look at me, I do what I do. I am hip-hop, and so will you. Yo, we almost through, but before we go, I wanna invite y'all all to every show where the B-boys and girls are kept on their toes like the Rocksteady Crew tribute with Fat Joe. So now you know, if you got what it takes, no doubt. Show 'em what you really all about.
Hit 'em, hit 'em, hit 'em, and all they can say is hit 'em, hit 'em, hit 'em, hit 'em. When the book is in your body, better hit 'em, hit 'em, hit 'em. spot we finna serve you at. Why they say all that? Then where the circle at? Why you talking all that smack and sneaking out the back? See the hungry cats are where the circle's at. They want their circles back, so where them circles at? Come on, somebody, anybody, everybody, where the party? I don't believe you. I got to see you move. Jam on the groove. Check 1, 2. If you really know what I'm talking about, prove. You can respond to sound, now I run through any type of cipher that I come to cruise. Controlling, I'm told that foot soldiers got to have soul. Up rock so hot, it's like he's walking on coals. The roof's on fire, stop dropping. Yeah, y'all know the drilling. We in the building. I got to move when I get that feeling. We hit the floor trying to kick the ceiling. But we could walk, we was caught reeling. Don't trip when the music grabs you. Tell the story, every move is a chapter. But I don't think that y'all caught that weight. Never forget it's the dance to the break. Get it straight, make it right, bring the light like a Messiah flight. Got them to higher heights. Get them hype, give them feedback, let them know. If the boogie's in your bones, better let it go. Let it show like the ancestors did. Dance carefree like you did as a kid. Each and every single individual should be pivotal. If not, you ain't pitiful, but they're gonna get rid of you. So hit 'em, hit 'em, hit 'em. And all they can say is hit 'em, hit 'em, hit 'em, hit 'em, hit 'em. When the boogie's in your body, better hit 'em, hit 'em, hit 'em. And all they can say is hit 'em, hit 'em, hit 'em, hit 'em.
OGHuskyRadio.com. Rock. Don't lie, all you motherfuckers trying to bring back that up rock. You can't do it no more. You overweight, you too big.
I've thrown my back in the knee many a time, hearing a dope break and jumping in, forgetting that I'm a grown man now. I'm like, oh wait, okay. Go ahead.
You know what? The difference comes through, and people always ask how come when I do interviews and how I direct them in the way I do, and I definitely want to let them know. We have cats in here that are original graffiti writers. You're actually involved in the dance form of our culture before you were MCing or at the time. So when you make a track, like how does this dude know about the BPMs? How does he know what the up rock? Or when he breaks it down, when he don't say the roll, he lets the roll of the drum go through. That's the thing that makes this music different. You know what I'm saying? And you can't fake it. That's what's wrong is that you could take the name. Because the name's been taken. Everybody's saying hip-hop and shit. That shit's already done with. I just want to know, what campaign are you going to be on? Do you want to take the name hip-hop back, or do you want to just like, it's going to have to go back underground and it's going to have to be another name? Or
that's a good
what's
question.
The master plan, man?
It'd probably be a different answer every 5 years, let alone every week. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, today, I'm not necessarily, just like how you and I, no matter what they call it, real recognize real. The truth, when you hear a talented artist, when you see a talented b-boy, when you see some crazy sick burner from some new kid you had never heard of, the real can recognize the real no matter what they call it. So I'm not really concerned about the label as much as good quality stuff. So for me, good music. So then for me, even beyond hip-hop is good music. Now ultimately, we want to keep hip-hop alive and to feel the essence of like that edge of, I think, what even rock music was before hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? Like rock music, it was getting that aggression, it was getting that energy out there, like with music in general, you know. So and mind you, hip-hop was not an original art form. It got, you know, using other people's beats and taking something, making something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? We don't have instruments, so I'm gonna loop these two and try and use this thing, and then on a pause mix cassette, maybe try and loop an actual beat to try and do a 4 track on the next thing, and like all these little tricks before you had equipment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm now like about good music to where I might be more open to venturing out into other musical genres, but that's coming from someone that's a veteran in the game and has a deep roots within the culture, you know. So I'm kind of on a level where I'm trying to make good music because I know what real hip hop is, and so do you, you know.
I think too, especially with all the OG MCs out there, is that these cats haven't mastered the skills that you mastered in 2002 or 98.
They don't have
to. Or 89 or 91.
They should, but they don't have to.
They don't have to, but let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
But what happens is that they come out with this style and they assume it's theirs.
Oh, totally.
And it's like, man, I started this shit because you weren't there in my room when I made this shit up.
Exactly.
But history will tell you differently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just think that the stories need to come out. Hip hop, I don't think no one. Let's take the Good Life, the documentary that was done. There's so much more to the stories.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that aren't told in there. It can't be, because hip hop, I don't think will have a proper history ever, because we live this shit, and what you lived is different from what I lived.
Yeah.
But that's what makes hip hop. So people logging on right now, this is hip hop, OGHuskyRadio.com. and it sounds fucking selfish or cocky as fuck, but no, this is the east side. This is what we're living like. These are the cats we're coming across. We go to shows, we're meeting up with. So essentially what you're getting out there from us is just the experience of like two cats from East LA that are living hip hop. They've been in the game, you know what I'm saying? And with that, everybody I think holds a responsibility.
Yeah,
to get the story. So especially MCs, make sure your archives are right. Make sure you have, you know what I'm saying, the iTunes, the Bandcamp, all the, you know what I'm saying, every disc you're on. You know, even if you don't talk to that motherfucker no more.
It was funny,
you know
because all the years, like, I was the main engineer in the studio and I was young, so like I started giving up my weekends and my summertime just to be in the studio because I was excited. Like, I'm in the studio right now. Like, there's a big old board. This is like some important thing. I don't even know I'm supposed to be in high school right now. So when you see it blow up, like nowadays, you think for like $100 you can have like a digital workstation. Where I'm like, man, when I was coming, I had like $1,200 for like a 4-track cassette. So if I really wanted to get into it, I had to invest a whole year of like saving my allowance or my paper route change, or for those that were grinding or whatever they doing to get their cheese, to where the value in it of like, man, I got this 4-track cassette or I got this piece of equipment. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's like it's either Flash or Theodore, and I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm gonna just say it's one of them. But they're in an interview and they were just like, yeah, man, I had my mixer, my one turntable, and I worked at McDonald's for a year.
Yep.
I would be scratching. I'm like, when I get that other motherfucking table, these motherfuckers are gonna be in trouble.
Both sides ambidextrous with it.
OGHuskyRadio.com. Last track we getting into, man. What's this? This is Ground Level.
Ooh. This is the Ground Level. This is the original version too, just the 2-verse version. This the full length was on the Foot Soldiers album Live This, featuring Triune, Issues, Propaganda, and Sojourn. This is just the version with KRS and myself. This is the Ground Level.
This is the ground level. The ground level. This is the ground level. Ground level. KRS-One, a Chris Parker, street philosopher, hip-hopper, all on top of ya. Beat knocker, not a copper or a robber, but I'll shock you. Hip-hopper, stepfather. I take my rep a little farther, over yonder. Shout out to Il Nana. On the streets, in the streets, I'm he. Lyrically, I'm the caller, you're the responder. They call me a leader with armor. Teacher, armor, rhyme speaker, your armor. Lyrical llama, not a timekeeper. Never drop time, either I find the time that it takes to hate. You could be making yourself great, you can't escape the drama. Bring the peace, the love, the unity, the fun to the hip-hop community, karma.
Hurry, come quick for the teacher's return. Back with the new lessons we must learn. If we searching for truth, though it hurts, don't be fooled by the lies. Open your eyes, never follow the blind. The folder, be the soldiers, thought we told ya. Some talk like they rock, but we bolder. Never settle for the pepper, put the pedal to the metal, run them over. Snoring Taurus, I'm a bulldozer. I don't sleep, I just dream. Living from scratch with my Thunder Rat team is seen. Like I fiend for the beats in the mic, wrong and right. Day and night, if you're tight, I take flight. About 10 hours, touchdown to Heathrow. Hop up on the stage and rock control for the people. Beat off the energy of the crowd so that we're equal. It's like a partnership when I start to spit in the bark and a hit with a spark and lit. You bark and bit, puppy, poodle. I get the whole kit and go to make you lose and noodle. Guess I got oodles and oodles of O's. I rap the good life for Project Blow.
This is the ground level. This is the ground level.
So where can they find that track, man?
Ground Level. You can find that one anywhere music is sold. iTunes, Amazon, Rhapsody, Pandora probably. Ground Level, Foot Soldiers, featuring KRS-One. Foot Soldiers, one word. But if you do Foot Soldiers, 2 words, then KRS, it'll come up. But Ground Level. That whole album's actually dope. Both albums, Foot Soldiers Live This and KRS-One Life. They go hand in hand, both 2006, highly slept on records, quality music. Go cop them. At least go check them out and you'll be pleasantly surprised.
That's what we're here for. Shamesworthy.bandcamp.com. The album will be available next week. I want to thank you for coming through.
Oh, man, thank you. Shout out to OG Husky Radio for giving the brother love early.
Definitely, man. You know what's up. You know we here waiting on them files.
You know it.
We got them. Promising some files, so we got some, you know what I'm saying, Matt's left on, and like I said, that's what it's about, man, is finding that music, man, that, you know what I'm saying, and peace to everybody that's on the chat knowing about that music. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Always.
I always like to put it to like a cult following and shit. But not a church. You know, some subliminal shit. OGHuskyRadio.com, ShamesWorthy.bandcamp.com, Twitter, follow him so you know what's up.
Twitter,
Where's he gonna be at.
Facebook, YouTube, all that. Google Shamesworthy. You get in touch with me. It's really me too. Holla at you, boy.
Shout outs, anything real quick, man, before we cut out.
The album coming soon. Shout out to my crew, Toner Rats, Foot Soldiers. Shout out to my producers, D-Ski the Illegal, Beast Mode all day. Peace 586, Sojourn. Shout out to Journey Big and Abstract Rude for the guest features. Enough respect.
Word up. OGHuskyRadio.com. Peace.